Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's me, searbear, and if you're new here, hello, my name is searbear. It is so nice to meet you. Guess what we're doing today? I am back today to try another game. Woo! Sarah, what game are we playing this month? Oh my gosh, I am so glad you asked. We are playing Rainworld! Yay! This game has been also suggested for quite a few years. I'm sorry, Croissant, for taking so long, but we're here. Okay, we're here. We're here to try the game finally, and I'm so excited to give it a proper try this time. I promise I didn't forget. It just took a really long time, so thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. So what is Rainworld about? Let's see. Let's pull it up. Rainworld is a 2017 survival platform video game developed by indie studio Video Cult and published by Adult Swim Games and Akupara Games. It was released for PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows on March 2017 and Nintendo Switch in December 2018. The player assumes control of a slug cat, an agile cat-like animal that is tasked with survival in a derelict and hostile world. I don't think I said that right. The slug cat traverses through the remnants of the industrialized ancient civilization as it searches for its family. The slug cat uses debris as weapons to escape from lethal predators, scavenge for food, and reach safe hibernation rooms before the deadly torrential rain arrives. Torrential? I think that's the word. On the completionist guide, it looks like it takes about 21 hours to beat the main story. If I want to do main and side, about 30.5 hours. All styles, 29 hours. Completionist, 68 hours. So you are a nomadic slug cat, both predator and prey in a broken ecosystem. Grab your spear and brave the industrial wastes, hunting enough food to survive, but be wary. Other bigger creatures have the same plan, and slug cats look delicious. Ooh, so you're a slug cat. That's actually really cute. I know the game is a platformer, and I do enjoy a good platformer. I'm still waiting on You Silk Song. 2025 is gonna happen. I do enjoy a platformer, but I'm not the best at them. But I do enjoy them. I'm gonna give the game about 8 hours. I know it says 21 hours, but if I end up liking it past that point, then I might just continue playing the game, and if I do, we'll see if I stream it or not. I don't know if that would be something that you guys would want to be interested in. So I'm really looking forward to try this game out. We'll see how it goes. I am gonna take my time. I'm not gonna like try to be like in a rush or anything. I'm gonna be leisurely playing it, so I will be including the full gameplay linked in the description down below. So if you guys want to see like how I actually ended up playing the game, then you guys are more than welcome to right down there. I don't know, I like the art. I really like the art. I have seen the game a little bit. I've tried to like not look into it too much because I want to go into it as blind-ish as I can, but it definitely seems like a really fun, interesting game. I am not suave. I am not suave at all, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to see how it goes. So let's get started. So when I had first started the game, one of the first things I did notice was how gorgeous this game is. I did get got by how sad the story is from the start. I am not really sure how often this type of storytelling is, but it did remind me of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which that game made me bawl. So I was low-key mentally preparing for this game to mess me up the same way story-wise, since I'm already being torn away from my people, flushed away style, Ratatouille style, dude. I started the actual gameplay and I was impatient from the get-go. I am not gonna lie. Of course, I need to start giving myself grace on trying to understand the controls of this new game that I have literally never played ever, but oh my god. I started by playing only 2 hours from the first sit down, and I had to call it after those first 2 hours because I was so damn frustrated with how often I was dying and with what felt like little progress I was making. I was already getting tired of dying, getting food, dying, food, dying. You get the picture. I did manage to make it to my first save, and I got happy that I was finally able to make it to a new area, but I died because I starved. Because I got tired of going back and forth. So, womp womp. Now, something I didn't consider until I saw someone leave a comment on one of the uploads is that this game is actually hard. And seeing that hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh my god, this game is hard. Now, before anyone says, this game is hard, okay, pleb, I'll go ahead and give you a good old thumbs up, a pat on the head, and a good job, little gamer god. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But for real, I'm glad for those individuals who found this game on the easier side or able to navigate through it easier. I'm glad you guys had fun, but unfortunately, I am not you, and I am a little searbear who had a hard time. And yes, I will say, this game is hard, okay? It's too hard for Elmo. But what does this remind me of? Souls-type games? I do not enjoy Dark Souls, personally, but I do enjoy me a good old Hollow Knight. And hopefully a Silk Song one day. Sorry, I had to. I do see some similarities from Hollow Knight, because it's a platformer, and I love how cute the character is, and the music is wonderful. And I die. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to know all of the information right then and there, but it wasn't like that. I did notice my little yellow buddy, and I am glad it was a friend and not a foe. I did have to make an effort to make sure I noticed when text on the screen appeared in the lower left hand. It kinda was a little easy to miss for me personally, but eventually got into the habit of looking in that corner. I still miss stuff though, but I won't focus on that. I did keep getting confused on the eating the bats and throwing things. It honestly isn't even presented bad or in a confusing manner. It's the same button to pick up that it is to eat. I did end up eating a bunch of bats. My bad. Are they bats? Are they even bats? I don't know. I also would sometimes eat rocks, which I feel like your little slug cat has a delayed reaction to the pressing down of the button and you have plenty of time to stop yourself. But I didn't. I didn't at all. Why? I don't know. I still don't fully understand the cycles of life, but I am dying a lot. But I was able to move up to, I guess, the next level of life. I don't know, karma? Something? After a little while, I felt like I was starting to get the hang of the gameplay. Kinda. But I was mostly just enjoying the music, but still lacking in the patience department to get good, even though I literally told myself I was gonna leisurely play. Though, to be fair, that thought went out the window the first time I noticed that we had a freaking time limit. Oh my god. Bro, time limits are my actual enemy. I don't like feeling rushed, ever. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I was getting so annoyed at everything and starting to really think about how long everything was taking, but I still was having the overwhelming desire to explore more. This feeling did start to go away after a while, or I would just take a little nappy super early, so I guess it wasn't that bad. No, I still hate it. Once I was first introduced to enemies, I was also just terrified. At first, I'm sitting here thinking, I can like attack them or something, right? So I tried throwing a freaking spear at their head, and they stayed alive. What? I think maybe one got killed, which I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if they really did die, but there was another that I threw my spear at, and it was alive and flailing, and stuck to the wall the spear ended up hitting. Now, I gotta admit, it did look a little cool, but I had gotten the little enemy trapped in a spot I needed to get to. Oops. After the first day frustrations and a day break from the game, I was able to sit down and had a better idea on what to expect. I did end up actually making more progress and kind of getting the flow a bit more down, I wanna say. I was able to get further into the game and finally get through the first area, and we made our way out of the outskirts. I still don't really fully understand what my little yellow buddy is trying to say for at least a third of the time. There is this one little image he shows that looks like a dog character from Animal Crossing upside down. I can only assume that this means to go this way to progress. I don't know. Will I meet my family? Will I make friends? I don't know. What do you mean, my dear little friend? There is definitely a lot of context clues going around too. Will I end up being able to identify all of it? No, but I'll try my best. Alright, so now we're in the industrial complex. Whenever I got to the industrial complex, it honestly felt like it went by so fast, slowly gaining a little more confidence in my little journey. I was introduced to a new version of these little lizard enemies where they can climb up the poles. Please don't do that. And then another can climb on the wall. Nowhere is safe. I did end up running into my favorite food, which is that little popcorn kind of thing. I think it's super cute and absolutely super helpful. This is when I started thinking, oh my god, food doesn't have to be that terrible to get. Wow. And with every new enemy being introduced, they kept getting worse. But that's literally expected of any game. The way the bodies of everything, including myself, flail around is oddly beautiful and terrifying. Though it gets really scary for me when I see those damn birds flying around and landing on whatever movement that it is doing when it's trying to get me. I can't. It's terrible. Nightmare fuel. I do also want to say how the movement in this game feels like I truly just gotta finesse it. I am not a skilled girly pop. I need to move too specifically and I am just not good at it. Don't get me wrong, I will try, and try, and try, but I can't guarantee the state of my mentality after that. That's probably as far as my confidence in my gameplay is gonna go. It did feel like I ended up spending a good amount of my time trying to finesse and would just eventually give up and come back to it later. Well, that was the plan, honestly. I was hit with the classic situation where whenever I finally was able to figure something out, especially after being stumped on it for so long, I did indeed feel a little bit silly with how long it took for me to figure out. But I'm gonna be real here, fellows. That's just always going to happen with anything that requires me to use more than at least one brain cell. Though I did try my best to not really look at a guide, and I had been successful thus far. After what felt like a blink of an eye, I was already through the industrial complex and had managed to make my way to the garbage wastes. I was feeling a little more confident only because of how quote-unquote quickly I had managed to get through the industrial complex. The part where I did have to look it up was trying to offer an egg in these trying times. I was trying to offer the pearl to the scavengers. I was just not understanding on what I needed to do, even though the game literally told me that scavengers like pearls and showed me a picture. I thought the part where the disconnect happened on my end was how I ended up giving the scavengers the pearl. It seems like I couldn't move on. I would try yeeting the pearl, or like putting the pearl while I was next to them, but I was still holding it. I did try putting down the pearl, but it wasn't in the correct room. Just whenever I saw a scavenger and they would pick it up, and then I would try to go to the other area where all of them are, and they would just freaking take me out. I really wasn't understanding why this pearl situation wasn't working out. Also, I was holding weapons. Yeah, that's on me. During my frustrations, I did end up just double fisting pearls and still died. I was like, nothing's working. So when I did finally look up what I had to do, I found a Steam page and was able to finally find an explanation on what to do. Thank you, Zorg. Whenever I was trying to swim my way through the water, I saw there was a giant creature swimming around, and you know what? I wasn't a fan of that. Why am I scared right now? Also, leeches? Are you for real? Hate it. I hate it. I would get to make a little bit of progress, but I would end up confusing myself here too, because I would think I had already been to this area and had a few more moments of going back and forth. Oopsie. But I managed to just keep going after a while. Before I knew it, I was already through the shoreline and missed a lot of things, but I didn't even know that I made it to the area called Looks to the Moon. This is actually the part where I ended up giving up for now on the game. I did actually get stuck here like as soon as I got here. Whenever I got to the first save that I could, there was this thing on the ground glowing? Numbers? Letters? I don't know, but it was glowing, but I was able to make it to the save point in one piece. So I guess I don't need to worry? I don't know. I was trying to figure out what to do, but I just ended up stumped. Maybe I need more sticks? I tried a few different things and I didn't make any sort of progress. I am super good at falling though. After a few tries, I thought this would be a good stopping point for the time being. Now that I have played about 8 hours, I know it's not exactly 8 hours, but it was definitely close enough. I am happy that I ended up giving this game a chance past those first 2 hours. I will not lie, I was so frustrated after the first day playing, and low-key wanted to give up. I was wondering how the heck I was going to survive these next 6 hours and was just thinking of making the time shorter by like 6 hours minimum, since it also seemed like a decent amount of time to try a game, but I am so happy it ended up working out. The second day playing was definitely getting easier, and I think I was kinda eventually sort of was able to find some kind of groove. Will I try to go ahead and beat this game? I'm actually not sure. I don't really know if I feel too strongly one way or the other. All I do know is that I am glad I had given this game a try. This game is honestly incredibly beautiful, and I thought the music was great as well. I mean, how many times did I mention the music? Whenever story was happening, I did get a little emotional and felt for my poor little baby slug cat. Rainworld is a great game, and I am very grateful to be recommended this game, even if it took me a couple years to get around to playing it. I'm sorry, Croissant. But I do want to give a special shout out to Croissant Boy for recommending this game and being super patient with me on it. You're reminding me every so often to play it honestly did help. So for real, thank you for that. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching through this video and making it until the end. Have you guys ever played Rainworld? If you have, what did you think of it? How far were you able to get? Do you guys have any favorite areas or parts? The music, I think, ended up being my favorite and did a great job on making me feel nervous when enemies were nearby. I still don't really understand a lot of what was going on with the whole karma system, but I did unlock the pacifist achievement, so that's cool, I guess. I tried to look up more about it, but I was reaching spoiler territory and stopped looking into it immediately. But thank you guys again so much for watching through this video. If you guys ended up enjoying this video, please feel free to leave a like and or a comment. If you guys have any games you would like me to try out, please feel free to let me know down in the comments. I just can't guarantee it will be soon. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!